is it that I have to help her make her channeling a vision and a reality? Is it now that we have to stand up right like 11, stand up really, really tall and be channels, divine channels, which ties in very much with some channelings I've had lately about how we have to live our truths and how things like mass employment have blocked us from our own purposes and our own gifts, and how that's not being allowed anymore. So I'm thinking more and more about these numbers and this truth, and I speak to a friend about this, about the truth, how we need to be true to ourselves and honour the universe and do it justice. And she emailed me after we spoke to say that we stopped talking at 11:11. So again, this brought me back to 11:11, and I thought about my birthday this year. And my birthday this year is 11/8/11, which took me back to the tarot. The 8th card in the tarot is strength. So strength is the 8th card, but it wasn't always. It used to be the 11th card, justice. Arthur Edward Waite swapped them over because he saw justice as more upright, as more pillars like 11, and he saw strength as something more fluid and never-ending, like this symbol of infinity that we have here. It's fluid, gentle, and never-ending. That's real strength. So I was thinking, is this to do with my truth right now? Is this to do with my purpose right now? And I added it up. I added up my birthday this year, and my birthday this year adds up to 14. So we are back to Lauren, and we are back to Temperance, the 14th card in the tarot. So then I begin to feel that Lauren's working with me for balance of the world right now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is at least the next stage of her purpose that's unfolding to me 14 years later. I was also born at 11:13, so again we're seeing 3 1s and 3s, 1s and 3s. And then I start seeing 1:11 on digital clocks everywhere instead of 11:11. And I look it up online, and it says that it's about being a channel for instant manifestations of the world's desires. Okay, alright. So, things get deeper still. I sit next day in meditation with 2 selenite wands, and all of a sudden I'm transported into the world card of the tarot, which is this one here. Now this is really quite something, because as you can see here, she's got 2 white wands. Now wands in the tarot actually occur throughout, but it's never 2 white ones. There's white and black, which talks about the polarity all the way through the tarot. The world is the last card in this evolutionary step, basically, of life. And no longer is there like the white and the black, which is the polarity that is seen all the way through the tarot. It's actually just complete enlightenment, complete consciousness, as represented by these two wands here. And I started like, wow, my gosh, because I'd always thought before that we needed that polarity. And from that meditation, I really felt that actually we only need that polarity for so long, and they're like crutches, the yin and the yang. And there should come a time, like there is in the world. There's a time in the world that actually we don't need that anymore. we don't need it, because we actually managed to get there without it. And I thought, wow, gosh. And doesn't it look like 11? Again, we've got the 2 digits. And then I thought about the polar axis and the polar shifts. I thought, wow, is this about the polar shifts? And then you see this kind of wreath around it. That's laurel, which means Lauren. Okay. So, thinking about my birthday again, and the Mayan prophecies and all of those challengings that have come up, I decided I needed to pay it forward. It was time to pay it forward, and it's time to pay it forward for the earth. And I had an event planned down here for the 29th for one of my own courses, and it just wasn't happening, and I was thinking, why isn't this happening? And I tried a few other things, and that wasn't happening either. And then I thought, oh my gosh, it needs to be on that day, the 29th of the 5th of the 11th. And this is because 2 and 9 adds up to 11. 5, yeah, it means change and conflict in the tarot. It's the middle point of the cycle. It's the breakdown point, but it also means the 5th element, spirit. So to me, that brings in war and spirit and the 5th element. And with the 11, we're actually coming into that balance with the 11 either side.